Hello, my name is Nella and welcome to the Diet Bubble Kitchen. Today I'm going to take you through my recipe for spaghetti bolognese. I'm not going to be using spaghetti today because I want to use rigatoni because it's one of my favourite shapes, but it's entirely up to you what pasta shape you decide to use. So let's go through our main ingredients. We've got some extra lean beef mince, we have the rigatoni, some sweet chilli sauce, olive oil, we've got some chopped onion, chopped chillies, crushed garlic. Now you might not notice, but my onion is actually frozen, so that's going to save me a little bit of time. I've also got some passata and chopped tomatoes. Now it's entirely up to you which you use. Obviously if you don't have very much time, then use the passata. But if you have chopped tomatoes and you've got one of these mini food processors, then you can blend it in those. I've also got some basil leaves and some spinach. So let's get cooking. Okay, so the first step is we're going to start browning our mince. So to the pan I've added the oil and I've added the minced beef, and I've added a little touch of salt to the mince. This is going to help the mince to brown. Now when I say brown, I mean caramelise a little bit. I don't just mean it to go slightly brown and a bit mushy. So we're going to actually let this caramelise and it's going to add to the flavour. Okay, so whilst the mince is browning, we're going to start to cook our pasta. So I've got my water on a rolling boil. I've added a touch of salt because you always season your water when you cook pasta, and I'm going to add my rigatoni. So you just cook it according to your manufacturer's instructions. So the rigatoni for this particular brand, it's 10 to 12 minutes. So I'll put a timer on to remind me just to obviously turn it off and drain it. One thing I will say about cooking pasta is there is no great mystery to it. You quite literally have boiling water, add a little salt, and you stir it occasionally. I've heard of people adding oil and all sorts to the water to stop it from sticking. The only way you stop your pasta from sticking to itself, or spaghetti from sticking to the strands, is to stir it during cooking. It's not like the risotto, you do need to stir your pasta. Right, so the mince is starting to brown quite nicely in the pan. We've got a few raw bits left. I'm just going to give it another minute or so, and I'm just going to check it again. Okay, so whilst the mince is browning, I'm just going to blend my chopped tomatoes. I put them in my mini food processor and I'm going to blend them until they're smooth. I'm actually making 2 portions of the sauce, so that's why I've got an increased amount. Right, okay, as you can see, it's been blended now to a smooth pulp, so let's go and check on the mince. Right, so my mince is now browned. I don't know if you can see, but there's some caramelised bits, and they're going to improve the flavour. So in are going to go our chopped chillies, the garlic and the onion. And give everything a really good stir. I'm just going to give those a couple of minutes to soften. Okay, so I've just added my tomatoes to the mix. I've just poured in, I don't know if you can see, I've poured in my water into the food processor just to give it a quick rinse, just so that we don't waste any of that tomatoey goodness. And I've popped that into the pan too. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. I'm just going to leave it to cook for a few minutes. Okay, so this is starting to come to the boil, so I'm going to add my sweet chilli sauce to the pan. Now the sweet chilli sauce does 2 things. It helps to improve the spiciness of the dish, but it also has sweetness that will take any acidity out of the tomatoes. In normal Italian cooking you would add a pinch of sugar, but obviously we're following the plan, we don't have sugar, so sweet chilli sauce is there as an option, and it is a great substitute. So we'll let this come to the boil. I'm going to give it a quick stir in a moment. I'm just going to give it a quick season. Okay, so this has been cooking for another minute now since I've seasoned it, and as you can see, it's quite a nice, thick, unctuous sauce. So we're almost done actually. Let's give it a quick taste. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's quite spicy, blimey. Okay, so the pasta's almost done. Just going to let this reduce for a little while longer, and then I'm going to add in my spinach. So I'm just going to give my pasta a quick stir, and I'll be back to you. Okay, so in the latter stages of cooking, I've just added some torn basil leaves. If you don't have fresh basil, then feel free to use dried. Now I'm just going to bung in some spinach and just put it on top. And all we're going to do is we're going to pop a lid on and just let it wilt, and we're going to turn the heat down. So you just quite literally bung your spinach on top and pop your lid on. And I've got to find my lid. Okay, so we're just going to give that a minute or so, and the pasta should be ready shortly. So this is almost all timed perfectly. Okay, so my sauce is now ready. My spinach has wilted into my sauce. My pasta is ready and drained, and all I'm going to do is incorporate my pasta into my sauce and get ready to plate up. Okay, there you have it. So this is my spaghetti bolognese recipe, but I've used rigatoni instead of spaghetti. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.